start this beautiful tier list video. I've been looking forward to making it. This is the big one. This is a big list. Big list of games. Let me wait for Orion. Okay. Are you just going to go ordering how they're listed on the website? You're going from worst to best. I'm going from probably start to finish. And then once I, like, from when I played them, I'll start with 1 and go to Skyward Sword. And then once I do that, I'll probably go through and revise afterwards. Let me make one more, I'll leave it right now. Alright, I'm just gonna get started. So, we started this series. I'll go to my YouTube, because I might need it for reference. Started this series with Zelda 1 back in April 2017. So it's been a while. Been playing these games for a minute now. And good God, this game is fucking trash. People will say that this game deserves like C or B just because it's the first game, which is a terrible argument. Because then I've seen some dude, he put Ocarina of Time in like C tier and said it was good for the time, but the game's doesn't hold up. And then he goes ahead and puts the shit in B. He's like, well, this game it started the series, and you know, it's still a good game to this day. It's like, dude, that completely contradicts exactly what you're saying about Ocarina of Time. This game is a piece of shit. It's old and dusty. It's cryptic. It's got a bunch of stuff that makes no sense. You like bomb every dungeon. You're like walking around. You're bombing random walls that have no like crack in the wall. There's no way to tell that you're supposed to bomb it. You have like 10 bombs, so you have to go through a dungeon. They rarely ever drop bombs. You have to go through a dungeon. God, let me find an example. You're walking around in this dungeon, and say they'll just like have right here, just for no reason. Like in this area, you just bomb it. There's nothing. You don't like read a signs like gives you a hint. You don't solve a puzzle. There's no crack in the wall. You just bomb it. That's terrible. It's terrible game design. It's horrible. Why would you want to play that? Thank God for guides. I would never, ever in my life want to experience playing this game without a guide. It'd be a nightmare. I don't think I'd be able to beat it. Let me close my door. And God, the game was hard. Like, it's impossible to not get hit because they throw like 3,000 different projectiles at you at one time. Link is a little pussy boy. He's got 3 hearts. He's taking damage over and over. He swings. He's like this. When he swings his sword, he's like... He doesn't swing it. He stabs in front of him, so it's really hard to hit enemies. This game's shit. I'm sorry. The music is terrible. Listen to this. When you're in a dungeon. Every single dungeon. The same song. You have to listen to this shit. For hours. Listen to this. You really want to sit here and listen to this for hours? It's terrible. I'm gonna move on. This game's bad. I'm sorry. Yes, it was the first of its time. It did not hold up at all. I'm not grading these games on their impact on the world. I'm grading them as the games they are, and this game is old and shit. I'm just gonna go ahead and make a separate tier below. I played this game for 10 minutes and I turned it off. Where is it? There's only one video. Look at this. Look at this ugly piece of shit. Issa, are you there? We have to figure out. Look at this fucking game. Tell me this looks good. So this one with a straight face. This game is... I would never recommend this to anyone. Never in my life will I play this game. I don't even need to say anything. The only thing good about it is the music was improved from the first game, I think. Other than that, don't ever try to defend this. I see a lot of people don't like this game, thank God. This game doesn't get the respect that this game gets for some reason, even though it's one of the first Zeldas. But people hate this game, and it's for a good reason. This game's shit. Okay, moving on. Oh boy, this is going to be a controversial pick. This is going to be very controversial. I almost want to put this B. People treat this game like it's the best game ever released. I don't understand it. It's not a bad game, but oh my god. This is probably the most overrated, overhyped game I've ever played in my life. People say this is the best Zelda. Period. Look at all these fucking amazing games, and they say this is the best. This game's unfair. Like, in the last 2 dungeons, I have 30 different dudes just shooting lasers at me. Undodgeable. It's like the same music in every dungeon. Same music in the overworld. So there's like 3 soundtracks. There's like 3 songs in the whole game. It's still a little dated. Like, the items don't feel as refined, I guess. But, oh my god, this game compared to these 2, massive improvement. Have to give that respects. Jacob is chat blind. You can tell me. Wait, am I missing things? Jake, tell her. I already told her, or maybe I didn't. Oh no, I didn't tell her. Yeah, my boy Steven got on one knee and he's like, "Will you marry me, please?" And then she said, I guess. So cute. He told me the whole story. It's so adorable. Let me see. Let me see this game. Let me look at it to really get my placement. This game had some cryptic dumb shit. It was a little, it was like old enough to where it had dumb old stuff that makes the game not as fun. But I mean, this game is such a huge improvement from the first 2. It's hard. It's actually hard to rank this. I think it's B. I was gonna put it C, but no, it's B. I can't. I have to give it respect. It's not a bad game at all, but there's a lot of dumb shit in this game, and it gets really hard and stupid. Like, stupid hard. It gets dumb hard to where it's, like, unfair hard at the end, towards the end, which made it pretty fucking annoying. There's a big one. I love this game. This is one of my favorite Zeldas. Are you gonna propose to me at Applebee's tonight? Alright. We're I'm doing my Zelda tier list. We can do this another time. Link's Awakening. I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite games from Zelda. The remake on the Switch makes it like, I would almost put it S. See, the Game Boy version actually isn't as good in my opinion. It suffers from some dated things, like having to. You can only like carry your sword in one item. So you have to constantly switch out of the menu and stuff. It's not as like pretty looking. The music isn't as good because it's old as fuck. But this game's so good, and I love the story. I love the small scale of it. You're not like saving the world. You're just on an island, like trying to wake up the big fish guy, and then you find spoilers. You find out that the whole island was a dream. So everyone you knew there was like not real. It was kind of sad because you came to, well, at least I did. I came to like all of the characters on the island. They were very likable. I'm gonna leave it A for now. Alright, where do we go next? I think Ocarina of Time was after that. I gotta leave my... I keep closing it out. Yeah, we went to Ocarina of Time. Well, this is an easy S. This game is regarded as one of the best games of all time, and that's for a good reason. It's literally perfect. Almost perfect. I almost said perfect. It's almost perfect. There's almost nothing wrong with the game. The soundtrack is like made by fucking the Beethoven of video games. Dude is a absolute god. Just every single song in this game is an instant classic. The dungeons were great. I don't know what else to say at the moment. I'll come back to it. I mean, we all know the Ocarina of Time is good, and if people try to say it's like a C tier game because it's outdated or something, they're fucking stupid. Like this, so they'll put like Ocarina of Time here, say it was good for the time, but now the mechanics and everything, it's just not as, it's like outdated and stuff, and then they'll go and put like Majora's Mask here. It's like the same exact Zelda engine, same mechanics, same everything, just different story and stuff. It's just stupid, man. It's dumb. Speaking of Majora's Mask, I'm sorry to all my Majora's Mask lovers. This game has a lot of issues. But with that said, I love the game. I love it. If I had the chance to go in a time machine and they like let me make changes to the game, just hypothetically I'm a game developer and I go back in time and I can change how they made this game, I would leave it exactly how they made it. I would not change a thing because I love the game for what it is. For me personally, I think there's a lot of issues. I think that the constant going back in time, doing the same shit over and over, gets fucking tedious and boring. I don't want to do it. There's so many times where I had to restart what I was doing because I missed something, and I have to do everything over again. There goes 30 minutes of my life. 30 minutes, an hour goes by. I make barely any progress because I keep having to redo shit. There's only like 4 dungeons. Let me see. The first dungeon I don't think was that great. Then what? So the first dungeon, and then the second one was the snow one. That one was okay. I didn't really like that dungeon that much either. I liked the water dungeon, and the stone temple was pretty good. It was cool, but it also like took forever. You have to like play the song all the time to put the statues down, which is fucking tedious. I think there's only like one dungeon I really liked in that game. The other 3 were like fine. I don't know. I think it has the best story. One of the best stories in the Zelda games. It has an awesome universe, really good music, really good characters. but the gameplay and some decisions they made just brought it down to a B, in my opinion. Now, I wouldn't disrespect it and put it below Link to the Past, but I give the game enough respect to where it's B, because it could be lower. I did not actually have as much fun with this game. Not to mention you didn't play a part of the game that I think could have made you commit murder. Yeah, I didn't even 100% it. I did do a lot of the side content, and the side content's cool. It's probably one of the Zelda games I did the most side content for, just because it relies on that to really like improve the game. But most of these games I didn't do that much side content for. Moving on. Oh man, let me just fucking play. Let me give an intro to this shit. You just heard that one time. Imagine hearing that a good 272 times looped while you're trying to play a dungeon for an hour. I wanted to... No, I'm not going to say it on Twitch. I wanted to die. I'll just say die. These two games gave me a fucking headache. They were a headache to play. Oh my god, whoever composed this. Who is this? Who is this? This person right here. Dude. Who are you? Okay, it's this guy. This guy gave me a fucking headache. Holy shit, he made the worst Zelda music I've ever heard in my life. That almost would make... It was so bad that I almost want to put it down here. But I can't really compare these two games. These games are not on this level of shit. They're okay. Okay? They're not bad. C tier is not a bad game. It's just, like... This was definitely the low point. From here up to here was the low point of playing through these games, for sure. I was like... Every single stream, I'd have a guide open on my left, on my monitor. I'd use that guide for the next however many hours I was streaming, non-stop. I would, like, half the time, half the gameplay. I bet you can fucking go on one of these. Look at this shit. It's probably, like... Oh, I thought it was paused. I don't know, half the gameplay felt like I was just paused reading a guide. Because there was so... I just did not want to... I didn't want to figure it out. There's so much shit I just don't want to figure out. It's just so... It was just boring. I was not interested. I was not interested at all. I was very uninvested in those two games. I think the overworlds... There's nothing special. I don't know. The dungeons were fine. They got pretty fucking annoying, though. I need to listen to more of the music. Like, this music was fucking horrible. Absolutely horrible. What is this, dude? This sounds like it was made by a 5-year-old pressing on the keyboard. Do 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 do. It's so off note. Do you hear this? It is bad. Yeah, these games are C. I'm not even gonna... I don't I'm not even gonna talk more about it. They're not moving from this spot. I think Seasons was better. It just was a little more interesting. I agree it's trash, but I don't think you're one to talk, buddy. Look, I didn't get paid to make the music for the video game. I didn't go to school for music. I can judge it. This guy, he got paid to do that. He got money. That was his job, and he made shit. It sounded like shit. Anyways, and for Zelda, on Zelda standards, after coming from these two games, Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, one of the best soundtracks ever in any video game, and then you go to this? No. Okay. Where do we go from there? We went to Wind Waker. Oh my goodness. This is going to be a hard ranking. This, for the longest time, was one of my favorite games of all time. And my favorite Zelda game, period. After playing through them all again, I saw a lot of flaws. Also, I also noticed some good things I didn't really think about. Like how you're sailing around. It's a GameCube game, keep in mind. You're sailing around this massive overworld. You just go to an island. You land on it. No loading screen. You just land on the island. Explore. Get back on your boat. Keep going. I thought that's so cool. That's such a cool for a GameCube game. Like that's revolutionary, next level type shit. That's stuff that I'd never thought about. But then I guess that's a good thing. You don't even think about it. You just are like in the world exploring. I think this game has some of the best exploration, if not probably the best exploration open world. I guess Breath of the Wild would be better, but minus Breath of the Wild, I think this has the best overworld. Like just exploring, being in the sea, sailing around. It's really relaxing. There's a lot of cool stuff to go see. I love the art style. I love the music. Now, the problems this game has is that I don't think I died a single time. I might have died once in my entire playthrough. This game is very easy. Almost too easy. The dungeons, while there are some good ones, there's a lot of ones that are, they're okay. Is there a bad dungeon? The second to last dungeon was not that fun. I don't think there's any that were, like, bad. Like, wow, this dungeon's awful. I think that there's just a lot of okay dungeons. There wasn't any that were, like, amazing. Was there? I like the Dragon Roost one, but maybe it's just from nostalgia. I think the Deku one was pretty cool. And the Wind dungeon, where you have the little guy. That dungeon was cool. I think the rest were okay. They were lacking. But everything else about this game I love. It's really hard to not put it in S. I'm gonna leave it in S for now. Where do we go after that? Four Swords. This game's underrated as hell. People put this shit in D. They put it in, like, F tier. I don't get it. This game's fun. I'd play this over Link to the Past. I'm leaving it here. This game's fun. It's, like, fast-paced. You're controlling four guys. It's, like, really action-based. What else can I say about it? Had, like, cool puzzles. Had a lot of unique, cool things. that weren't really in other Zelda games. I don't know. I'd play this game over Link to the Past. I'm leaving it there. Where do we go next? Try to speed it up a little bit. Minish Cap. Minish Cap is solid. That is a solid, short and sweet. A lot of good things about this game. Would I put it... Okay, this might make people mad, but I'd rather play Minish Cap than Majora's Mask. I think this game's better than Majora's Mask. It has good music, good overworld. It has a really good overworld. Probably the best 2D overworld of all the Zeldas. Dungeons are fun. I love turning into a little guy, like a tiny little thing, exploring like dungeons perspective of like a little ant. A lot of cool ideas. Some unique items. Let me go see. I love how it looks. I like the art style. I think it's just a really solid game. There's not really too much wrong with it either. It feels disrespectful putting Majora's Mask below it. No, it doesn't. I'm sorry. Majora's Mask is staying B. I'd rather play this game than Majora's Mask. I think it's really solid. It's not too long. It was just like an all-around good experience playing this game. Twilight Princess. People give this game shit. I don't know why, man. Man. It's definitely S. 100%. This game is S. But where? Oh, wow. This is where it gets tough. Where do I put you? I almost want to come back to this. I'll come back. I'm making an exception. I'm coming back to that. I'm going to get these out of the way first. And Breath of the Wild. This is an interesting one. I played this off stream. Just like when I went to Tahoe, just chilling in the car, I'd be playing Breath of the Wild. When I go to Issa's house on the couch, while she's like doing something, I'll just play Breath of the Wild or something. Okay, yeah, let's take them off. Well, I can leave them, but this isn't like official or anything. Breath of the Wild. I'm gonna rank Breath of the Wild, and then I'll do the last three I played. I played Link Between Worlds recently too. I could rank this, but I'll just rank it. It's like right here. I'd put Link Between Worlds right here. I won't really talk about it too much, but it's just solid. I think it's a fun game. I think there's just some things I didn't really like about it when I played it. Like you have to buy your items back. And you like buy items from a shop. I don't know, it's weird. But this game was fine. It was fun. Breath of the Wild is such a weird Zelda game. It's almost entirely focused on just exploring. And like... It's like a... God, what even is this game? It's just like an open world exploration game. And then it has some Zelda stuff. Like some Zelda characters and Zelda story. But gameplay wise, it's so weird. The dungeons are bad. Playing them all through again. There's 4 dungeons. They're all like the same thing. It's just like a giant... Let me pull it up. It's just like a giant thing. It's like a giant animal. All four of them, they all play pretty much the same. You like control the big animal on your map. There's like not really any interesting puzzles. The dungeons just suck. And then all the shrines are like, there's a lot of copy-paste shrines. There's a lot of shrines that are like really easy. There's only like a couple shrines that actually felt like Zelda dungeon-ish. And dungeons are a huge part of Zelda, so that definitely hurts it. But oh my god. I mean, this by far has the best overworld. I did play Hyrule Warriors, actually, but no, that's not a Zelda game. That game's okay. Anyways, back to this. This has the best overworld of any Zelda. I think that's like... I mean, that's what they focused on, is just open world. I mean, the open world is amazing. I love the music in the game. I remember when I first played this game, just like being in the open world, just exploring was like addicting. I just kept finding stuff to do. I like kept discovering new things. The weapon system is kind of annoying. Like your weapons break all the time until you get the Master Sword. But they give you plenty of weapons to where it doesn't really matter. There's so many like mechanics in this game, like things you can do, like ways to go about. There's like a million different ways to go through a area. The dungeons just bring it down though. For a Zelda game, the dungeons are just bad. To where I'd put it like right here. I'd rather play Link's Awakening than Breath of the Wild. But since, I mean, it's the overworld and everything else besides the dungeons, it's so good. They do, and they also like leave out items, which is also weird. They like replaced items with different abilities. I don't know. It's just a weird game. But it's also really good. I don't know. It's good in its own way. It's so good in its own way. But compared to Zelda and all these other games, I'd put it at A. I'd rather play Link's Awakening, I think, than play through Breath of the Wild again. But I have to give it respect. I mean, people like this game for a reason. Yeah, I'll leave it there. Phantom Hourglass is underrated as hell. People hate this game. I think it was fun. I'm gonna do something that would piss people off. I would rather play this than Link to the Past. It's like a direct sequel from Wind Waker, and I love Wind Waker. It's just a chill game to play. It has like some cool things. You like use the DS for a lot of puzzles, like physically the DS, which is kind of cool. The dungeons and the music, it's all like really easy. It's like brain dead easy sometimes, but I don't even think that's a bad thing. I'd rather play brain dead easy than fucking piss me off. I hate this game. It's just a chill game. I think the sailing around is all right. It's not that great, but I like this game. I'm putting it at B. I'm putting it above Link to the Past. Spirit Tracks, on the other hand, was fucking annoying. This game was not as good. The trains, like driving around your train, was not as fun as the boat. It took forever. Controlling Zelda was a fucking nightmare. I think it had better music and dungeons than this game, but everything else was worse. I'm just gonna leave it there. Okay, last one. Skyward Sword. Where do I put you? I didn't play these two. Kind of overloading B tier. But I don't really mind. It's such a good series that I think being in more games in the top half is appropriate. I think Skyward Sword is a B tier game. I'd put it right here. I think this game was fine. There's a lot of issues. The motion controls sucked. Motion controls sucked ass. It was fucking annoying to try and play this game. You visit like the same 3 areas over and over, which sucked. They could have added more areas instead of just making you go back to the same place like 3 times. The dungeons were easy. I don't except for the last dungeon, I don't think I ever really got like stumped or stuck. I didn't really have to ever solve a puzzle. All right, Issa. Good night. Are you Are you good? Oh, are you taking a nap? All right, bye-bye. Yeah, dungeons, they were fine. I think there was some cool dungeons. There's some really like interesting, cool dungeons design-wise. Like you're on a pirate ship, or what was another one? You're like in some old mining facility, and then you like use a little cube to see into the past or something. What was another one? There's another cool dungeon. I don't know. But this is a B tier. I think Majora's Mask is better. I'm not gonna do Majora's Mask this dirty and put it like down here. I know it's a good game. It's just not for me. Okay. Before we get to the top 3, is there anything I could change? Is this really my 4th favorite Zelda? Do I like Link's Awakening that much? Yes. Okay, Game Boy Link's Awakening, not as much, but I'm kind of just looking at this as the remake. Because it's the same game. And if I was going to play it again, I'd play the remake. Remake-wise, this is like... I would almost put it up here. I actually... that's how much I like this game. But I'll leave it here. Okay. I don't think there's anything I would change. I've been thinking about this. I already knew what I was going to place most of these. I really don't think there's anything I'm going to change here. This game's shit. This game's shit. These 2 games are pretty shit. This game's okay. It's got a lot of issues though. All these games are solid games. These games are really good. These games are god tier. Some of the best games ever made. I think that from A down is solidified. I don't think I'm going to change it. From here, from S tier, oh boy. Okay, let's look at the pros and cons. Pros of this: amazing music, amazing dungeons. Story is okay. Story is pretty good. It's like passable. It's not like a bad story. It's not like a super interesting story. It's just a solid, like, classic story. Gameplay's, like, I guess very slightly dated. Like, having to do the iron boots, go into the menu, choose the iron boots, go into the menu, take them off. Like that kind of stuff was kind of annoying. Which these games let you just put the iron boots on with a button, which made it a lot easier and just more convenient. This game has almost, I would almost say this has my favorite music in all of Zelda. I think Twilight Princess has my favorite music. There's so many bangers. Like, listen to this. Oh, this is Ocarina of Time. Okay, anyways, yeah, Ocarina of Time. Like, this is probably my favorite, one of my favorite Zelda songs for sure. It's so good. And then you go to Twilight Princess, you go into the woods. Let me turn off this thing for now. Like, this is one of my favorite songs. I love this song so much. And then you go in here. Let's compare it to Ocarina of Time. Oh yeah, the title theme of Ocarina of Time makes me wanna cry. It's so beautiful. Dude, how do I choose? How do I choose this? Okay, let's get this out of the way. I love Wind Waker to death. I would not. I would never want to. Well, maybe I would want to change some things about this game, but I love this game for what it is. The game's overworld is amazing. I love sailing around, but I think there's just more issues. There's there's more issues. I can't really justify putting it as the best Zelda game ever made. Like the last part where you have to collect all 8 of the Triforce pieces, or some dungeons are too easy. Some music, like atmosphere wise, isn't as good. But I'm leaving it in S tier. I think it's my third, because these two are so good. It's so hard to put this above them. I'm leaving Wind Waker at third. It pains me to say it. I didn't see it coming. I thought that it would end up being still like my favorite game. Playing through this game made me happy. Like being in the world, starting up this game, my first stream playing this, I was so happy. I was having such a good time. This game makes me really happy. But game wise, video game wise, there's a lot of issues. I'm gonna leave it. How the fuck do I choose between these two though? These two are so good. Both of them have amazing dungeons. They both have their own. Do I just leave Ocarina of Time there? It's too perfect, right? Ocarina of Time is such a perfect game. How do I justify this? How could I justify putting Twilight Princess above it? Is this it? I think I just leave it. Ocarina, all three of these games, I was like excited to go play them again. These were like the three Zelda games where I was itching to get back to play more. I think this is it, man. I think Ocarina of Time might be the best. I mean, people say it for a reason, right? I gotta replay them both. Damn it! Just these, just these two games, and maybe Wind Waker. Leave the rest because this is like solid. I don't think I'll change these, at least for a very long time. But these three could like always. I think these three could always get switched around in my opinions. Whether it's nostalgia or age. I think that's the. This is the official JakesterIX tier list at the moment. Are we happy with that? I just saved it. This could change over time, but as of now, this is the official tier list. I think Ocarina of Time is such a perfect game, it's hard to justify putting it below any of them. I know he is. It's just not as good. There's too many problems. There's too many issues with the game. I would not change a thing, but it's not for me. It's tedious. It's just, I don't know, it's just got too many problems. Okay. These ones won't take as long. Just want to go through these real quick for fun. Let's rank the links. We're gonna change this shit. Giga Monster Chad. No, no ranking them yet. No ranking them yet. Big Papa. Strong individual. Oh yeah. Or my tummy hurts. And 5-foot Urkel. I don't know. 5-foot loser. Okay. The fucking original Zelda, or the link from the first game is a little bitch. I think this is him, or it might be him. I don't know which one it is. He gets his ass kicked. He gets his shit kicked in. I had to constantly save state because his dumbass couldn't stay alive. He's a little bitch. That's settled. Who is this? Is this the Four Swords one? I think this is the Four Swords one. Four Swords one did some shit. He's a big papa. This dude was zooming around. He was like rolling. Or we'll just put them all. No. Four Swords guy was zooming around. He was like speed running levels. He was fighting 100 different enemies at the same time. Yeah, there's not much else to say. He's a big papa. Majora's Mask. I mean, he can turn into a big Goron. He can turn into a monster Zora guy. He also turns into a little baby bitch boy Deku scrub. But Majora's Mask Link kind of gets his ass kicked sometimes. Like he gets smacked around by uh, what's his face, Skull Kid. But I mean, he does work. He's a strong individual. I don't think he did anything special. Breath of the Wild Link. He can do some shit. He's a big papa. Breath of the Wild Link is actually, yeah, he's kind of a big papa. I'd put him below Four Swords though. Who's this? I think this is the Phantom Hourglass Link. That's the same link for Wind Waker, so I won't count this. Yeah, he just leaves. He's What do you think? Is he a strong individual or big papa? He gets the job done. And he can morph into stronger people. So maybe he is a big papa. Because he can morph into Gorons and Zoras. Fuck it, dude. He's strong. No, I'm putting him as big papa. Alright. What were the other ones? Link's Awakening. Who's Link's Awakening? I think this is the Link's Awakening one. Link's Awakening's a strong guy. He doesn't do anything special. He just kind of stumbled upon a dream world, solved some dungeons, woke people up, got a bunch of people evaporated, and peaced out. He's a strong guy. Okay. Adult Link and Young Link. Okay, Adult Link is a fucking Giga Chad. I don't think there's any debating that. Dude, that dude holds that big ass sword. I was fucking wailing on people. I was destroying them, smacking them around. Kid Link, I love Kid Link. I think he's funny. He's a funny guy, but he does get his ass kicked. He has to hold like his little baby wood shield. It burns. He uses a little slingshot. I think he's a strong guy though. I think Young Link is. I'd put him over Link's Awakening. Young Link's pretty funny. He's just a funny guy to look at. He does some funny things. He gets kind of smacked around a lot, but he's a strong guy. Where are they? Yeah, someone's coming in there soon. I don't know who this is. Is this? We're gonna picture this as being. Oh, this isn't. I think this is the original Link. He's a 5 foot loser. Link from Link or Zelda 2 is actually kind of a Chad. This dude fucks bitches. Like the way he gains health is he goes in ladies' houses and they heal him. They heal him, and then he comes out full health. At the end, when you beat the game, Zelda gives him a little smooch. Look at this shit. The credits a little bit. Them all. Save time getting it. Look at this. Look at him. Oh. He got a smooch. This guy's he's kind of a cool guy. I'd put him as a big papa. Nah, I'd put him as strong. These guys are cooler. Who is this? I don't know who this is. Wait, no, this is the original link. This is the original link. Let's pretend that this is the Oracle's games. This guy's tummy hurts for sure. Yeah, I've watched or not the TV show. I watched like that one game with the animations. Oh, there's a series? I didn't know there was like a cartoon.
Save your breath, Sprite. I'm gone.
This
If
fucking
Zelda
guy.
wants the Triforce protected, her Prince Precious can do it. I just quit.
He's being a little bitch, dude. This guy's tummy hurts.
See you around, Sprite.
Okay, maybe he's a Chad actually. He just jumped off. He just jumped off a. He's like, "See you later, bitch," and then he jumps out of a window, does a front flip onto a tarp, and then lands on a horse. Holy shit!
Let's hit the road, Catherine. This place makes
His
me
horse
sick.
is named Catherine. Why is his horse named Catherine? Oh my god, that guy would be. This guy would go in here if I was ranking him. Okay. What was next? We did Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. Oh yeah, the Oracle's games. This guy's tummy hurts. I don't know. I just didn't like him. I'm not even gonna think about it. I could justify him being higher, but I don't feel like it. Cause I don't even. That's like how uninterested I am in these games. I don't even want to bother thinking about it. Wind Waker. I mean, this guy's out to save his sister. He starts out the journey, he goes and saves his sister, does some dungeons. I mean, the game was really easy, so doesn't that mean that he was like so strong that he made the game easy? He stabs Ganondorf in the skull to finish him off. What other Zelda, what other Link stabs a boss right in the head? Like a final boss. He stabs him in the head. Little kid. He's a little kid and he stabs this dude right in the fucking head with a sword that's like 3 times his size. Toon Link's a funny little guy. I love him. And then at the end, he sails off. He leaves his family to sail off on a journey like a savage. He's a big papa. Minish Cap. Where's Minish Cap? I think this is Minish Cap. He's fine. He's a strong guy. He's strong. Nothing crazy. Not even much to say. He does his job. He does it well. Okay, this guy. This is the debate. Who is more of a Giga Chad? This guy, Twilight Princess Link, is like, he can bench like 500 pounds. This dude carries balls and chains. He sumo wrestles Gorons. He tosses like giant goats around in the air. He 1v1s Ganondorf at the end, stabs him in the heart. How do we justify this? He does kind of let his emotions get in the way, trying to save his little girly friend. And Midna. Midna does kind of just treat him like his little, like her little B word. I guess that's enough. This Link kind of just doesn't give a fuck. He just saves a day. He's just a cool guy that saves the day. This guy, he does the same thing, but he has some SIMP tendencies. So we'll leave him there. It's a close race. Okay, we did this link. Spirit Tracks link. There's not with that little conductor thing. What is Eric calling me about? Hold on, I'm getting a call from my friend. Talk.
Hi, stream. It's me, Pikmin Rick. Follow me on Twitch TV, Pikmin.
Alright, Eric's gonna come over so that he can take a piss. Okay, Spirit Tracks. Let's pretend that this is Spirit Tracks Link. His tummy hurts, man. Oh, he's just kind of a little. He's like the offspring of Wind Waker Link. He's kind of a lazy little shit. He just wants to ride trains. Like, dude. You're supposed to be better than this. Skyward Sword Link. He's chasing around trying to save Zelda all game. He's constantly too late to the party. But he is the first Link, which gives him an advantage. I mean, he's the first one. He he started it all. So you have to keep that in mind. He does get he gets bullied by Groose. He gets bullied by the trio. These fucking losers. These are the three guys that pick on him. Look at this shit, dude. What the fuck? I think he's strong. He's the first Link. I can't put him too low. Alright, there's my Link tier list. I'm leaving it. Companions. Midna's the best. Is there any debating that? Fee sucks. I hate Fee. She was annoying. She talked like Mewtwo King. And she always told me things that I already was like, I knew just by looking at it. And then she'd pop up. She's like talking to me. Like, yeah, there's a 90% chance that you do this. And then you can do this with that. I'm like, yeah, I just looked at the room. I can tell. And then she'd always do that shit. And it's annoying. It's like 10 seconds of my life I don't want to spend talking to you. Zelda was a pain in the ass to deal with, but she did help me. I couldn't have gone through the game without her. I wish that I could have, though, because it was annoying as hell to control her. She's C. If it wasn't for this companion, Ganondorf would have just touched the Triforce and ruined the world. So I guess he kind of saved my ass. He was also a cool guy. I just get to sail around with him. We're kind of bros. He never really annoyed me. He was just chilling. He's a cool guy. I'm putting him in this. This guy, he's kind of he's kind of a little shit. He kind of treated me like shit sometimes. On the other hand, he has a hat. Like it's kind of he has a shitty life. He's just a hat. He just wears me, or I wear him. So I understand where he's coming from. I think he's fine. He didn't annoy me too much. This guy is a little shithead, but I love him. He's a little scumbag, but he didn't like. I didn't have to control him. He didn't annoy me too much. Navi. She's an A, right?
Hey, listen! Hey, listen! Hey, listen!
That's all she says. She doesn't say much. She just gives me little tips. She's just flying around, helping me out. I'm not even gonna count these. Or is this, well, pretend this is the Majora's Mask one. This one's an asshole. This fairy's a little asshole. Fuck you. You always treat me like shit, talking shit to me. These are gonna take a while. I'm gonna rush through them. There's actually a lot. Maybe I shouldn't even do these. Should I do these? Or should we just end it? What do you think? Okay, I'll get started here. Forest Temple in Ocarina of Time is S. Twilight Princess Fort Temple, S. Those were two very fun dungeons. City in the Sky was like a C or a B. I'll put B. Let's get the good ones out of the way. And the bad ones. Fuck the Water Temple. Twilight Princess Hyrule Castle was like, it was fine. It wasn't anything crazy. Great Bay Temple was one of my favorites. Fortress of the Winds. That was Minish Cap. I think that was pretty good. Forbidden Woods. I think that was Majora's Mask. Was it? Deku Tree is a great way to open a game. Jobu Jobu Belly was a nightmare. Jobu Jobu Belly in Ocarina of Time, not that good. Fire Temple in Ocarina of Time was pretty decent. Ghost Ship was not that great. Ganon's Castle was fine. Just like a couple of rooms. Wind Temple. I think that was one of the best Ocarina of or Wind Waker dungeons. Shadow Temple. That gets an S. Shadow Temple is good. The Face Shrine. That's probably good, right? I don't remember. I'd have to play Link's Awakening again. A lot of the dungeons, I get them mixed up. Mermaid's Cave. Dude, I hated almost every single dungeon in the Oracle's games. These things drove me crazy. Didn't like this. Ganon's Tower in Link to the Past was a fucking nightmare. Oh my god, this thing drove me crazy. Ganon's Tower in Wind Waker. There was really not much to it at all. You just fought like a couple bosses that you already fought. But some of the parts were pretty cool, so I'll put it here. This cavern thing, it's decent. Like Bed Temple, it's like a better version of Water Temple, but I still didn't like it that much. Snowhead Temple, I didn't like this dungeon. It kind of drove me crazy. Snook Peak Ruins is, I would almost say no, it's not my favorite. It's probably not my favorite dungeon, but it's S tier for sure. Stone Tower. Oh, one sec. Alright. Goron Mines. Eh. This was probably the weakest Twilight Princess dungeon. Still wasn't bad though. Put it B. Tower of Spirits. Oh my god. Okay, I'm putting all of these down here. I hated being in here. Dragon Roost. Oh, I love this one. It's probably my favorite dungeon in Wind Waker. So nostalgic. Divine Beasts are bad. These get like D. They're just all bad. I don't even know which one would be my favorite. They all feel the same. Skykeep. This thing kind of drove me crazy, not gonna lie. Putting it here. Nah, I'll put it up here. The Sand Temple. See, all these kind of just like felt the same. I think this one was okay though. Put it right there. Temple of Fire. These all just, I don't know. The Tail Cave. Fuck, I don't even remember. Ice Palace. Hyrule Castle and Breath of the Wild. It's probably the best part about, or the best dungeon part thingy. Forest Temple, Spirit Tracks. It's pretty easy. Nothing crazy. All these dungeons are fucking gave me nightmares. I don't want to ever play them again. Just putting them all. Where's the Sword and Shield dungeon? Oh my god. That's the one with the headache music. Sword and Shield Maze is the worst dungeon ever made because the music gave me a fucking aneurysm. I'm just kind of placing things now. Earth Temple and Wind Waker was probably the worst dungeon in that game. Forsaken Fortress was right next to it. Ice Ruins? What is this? I don't even know. Key Cavern? I don't even know. I'm just kind of placing shit now. Arbor's Grounds was really good. Earth Temple and Skyward Sword, probably fine. Ancient Tomb sucks. Ancient Ruins sucks. Colored Dungeon is pretty cool. I like this dungeon a lot. Sandship, I love this dungeon. I think this is a cool dungeon. Tower of the Gods. I don't remember what this was. Temple of Time, and this is probably the worst dungeon in Twilight Princess. Palace of Twilight was not that great, but it was fine. Now I'll put it down here. Eagle's Tower. Oh, this one was pretty cool, but it also kind of drove me crazy at points. But I think it was good though. Spirit's Grave, fuck you. Spirit Temple. This is good. This is a really good dungeon. Probably up here. Forbidden Woods. What is this? I think this is a Majora's Mask one, and this one's like, it was okay. Wasn't that great? The rest of them I just don't even care about. Is there any more that I care about? Fire Sanctuary. I don't even know what game that's from. Oh, that's from Skyward Sword. It was fine. Mining Facility. This one was pretty cool. I'm putting this up here. Is there any I care to rank? Woodfall Temple. That's the... This was the one in Majora's Mask. Temple of the Ocean King was fucking trash. Turtle Rock. I think this was a good dungeon. This one was pretty cool. Alright, I'll just leave it. I'll just kind of rank these top ones, because the rest just kind of, there's too many. I don't want to sit there and rank them all. Forest Temple, is that the best dungeon? It could be. Shadow Temple's pretty good. Maybe the Shadow Temple's the best. Oh, Eric's here. I've just been kind of throwing these around. These ones are what we're focusing on. These are like my favorite dungeons that were in Zelda. I don't know if I'm missing any. Eric? Alright. We have a guest star. There he is. Say hi. Say hi to the stream. Yeah.
Hey, stream.
Fine.
Oh, I want to look. Hey, speak with Rick. Follow me on Twitch.
I don't know if he can hear you. It's just one guy.
Hey, oh wait, you made this? Oh, you're naming temples?
Rick. Yeah, I'm just speed running this one. I don't really care. You want to see
Oh,
my
Forest Temple Ocarina Time is so good.
Do you want to see my official list?
Yes. Get the juice. I want the juice. Whoa, whoa, whoa! What was that?
There's a lot
I
of
saw
shit.
Pikmin. Purple Pikmin.
Where's he at? Oh
Is that
yeah,
me?
it's Purple
Is that
Pikmin.
supposed to be me? Is that supposed to be me? With the little fro. Uh-oh. Stinky.
Where is it?
Stinker. Wouldn't it be like a new one, or did you name it something?
Okay, let me go find it.
Here, Ella, doing? She's crazy.
Oh yeah, there it is. Take a look.
Right. Okay. What does it say? Is it the...
That's Ocarina of Time.
Okay, I thought so. Twilight Princess, Wind Waker. So Wind Waker's third. Is this the order?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow, where's Majora's Mask B, huh?
I don't know, man. It didn't cut it for me.
Alright. You played 4 stories on stream?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
play them all except for this one and that one because I couldn't stream them.
Yeah. Dang. I don't know about this one, bud.
You don't know,
I haven't played them all, so I can't do it. So,
dude?
but I played the top 3 in
I
Majora's
don't know.
Mask.
It's just you can go on my VOD and see my reasoning.
Yeah. No, we'll have to talk about this.
Just didn't have it.
We'll have to talk about this. Alright, can we get L on stream?
It's so hot in my room. I'm gonna
It is
die.
freaking hot.
Don't forget your mask.
Look at her background. Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Alright, bye stream.
All right, now that fucker's out of here. Just kidding. I'm sorry. Oh, where do the dungeons go? Oh, there. Okay, we're gonna rank the top dungeons here. I don't really care about the rest. I really don't. There's too many, so we'll just go with these. I know he's gonna beat my ass. He threatened me when he left off stream. He said he's gonna break my spine. Is this the best Majora's Mask dungeon? The Great Bay Temple? I think it is. I think it is by far. It's like the one that's the water's like spiraling around, and then you can like change the direction. You go in different rooms and stuff. Swim it all the way.
Wee, woo, woo, woo.
Like that. Fuck it, we're not even gonna rank these. We're gonna rank these. The ones that are S. These were my favorite dungeons, I think. Where's the forest temple lie? Is this the best one? Snow Peak Ruins. This one was pretty great. Arbiter's Grounds was cool. You got a cool little item from it too. Spirit Temple. You like went in as young Link and then you had to go back, turn into adult Link to finish it. I thought that was cool. They didn't really do that for any other dungeons. Shadow Temple, you're like fighting things on a big underground ship thing. So, then this one you like get to swing around on monkeys. I love this dungeon. Yeah. This one has such a cool... This one has such cool rooms. Felt like Alice in Wonderland. I think this might be my list. I'll throw in the Deku Tree just because it's a cool dungeon. It's a really cool dungeon to start off on. Dragon Roost, I love Dragon Roost. We'll just be done here. I don't want to look at all these and think about it. Same with bosses. I don't know if I want to even think about ranking all these bosses. So much. So much work. Just hard at work, you know? Always working. I'm a working man. I'm past my shift. I gotta clock out for my break. Alright. This guy's fucking scary. He gets S just for design. These were trash. I hated fighting these. This guy was... I like to bash his head in with a hammer. Dark Link, or Shadow Link, whatever it's called. This guy pissed me off. I had to cheese him. Bad. I'll put him. It's a cool concept. Ganondorf, perfection. No. Borderline perfection. I love fighting Ganondorf. Feels cool. This one was good. This one felt too short and easy. This one was cool. Fighting some giant demon guy. Actually, dude, I loved this boss. Now that I think about it. This boss was sick. Where was it? Uh-oh.
Kill my queen.
Here. Shoot him in the eye. And then you pull him with your boots. Or no, you pulled him... Yeah, you pulled him down with your boots, and then you swing on his ass. This dude looks like the thing from Lord of the Rings. Absolute savage. Yeah, that was a cool boss. I like that one. These guys were fun to fight. They almost felt even cooler than fighting Ganondorf. Maybe not as much. There's so many. I don't want to rank them all. There's too many. A lot of them I probably don't even really remember as much. I'd have to play them again. Giant spider guy. Whatever, average. What's up, Orion? I mean, Donovan. Haha! Orion 2! Ooh, this guy was fun to fight. Donovan, you want to see my my Zelda tier list. I think I'll show it off one more time, and then that's it. No more Zelda. Here's my official tier list. These three, I feel like at some point in my life could get switched around. But as of now, Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess, Wind Waker, Link's Awakening, Breath of the Wild, Minish Cap, Majora's Mask, Skyward Sword, Link Between Worlds, Four Swords, Phantom Hourglass, Link to the Past, Spirit Tracks, Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of Ages, Zelda 1, and Zelda 2. And that's that. From A down is probably never going to change. Well, it could, but those are more solidified. And that's it. That's it for Jakester's Zelda series. Thank you for all my loyal viewers that have watched. I'm going to restart stream, and from there, we're starting a new adventure. I'll be right back.